What's good? In this video, we're going to be breaking down how to create an intro scene for your music videos. In After Effects, I'll be using these 5 clips from the Lil Durk music video. And the main thing that we're going to be focusing on when it comes to this intro scene is the use of fade ins and fade outs. And that's pretty much just focusing on the opacity. To get started, we're going to create a new solid layer. And for this solid layer, you want to make it black. Click OK and bring that to the bottom. I'll rename that to BG, which stands for background. The purpose of this background layer is to be used so that once these scenes fade out and we animate the opacity, it fades into a black screen. In the beginning of this intro scene, we want it to start at the black screen. So let's go forward 10 frames, hold the shift button on your keyboard and click page down once. And let's grab all of these clips, drag it forward 10 frames. And to make it look smoother, we're going to keyframe the opacity of this first clip. Click T on your keyboard, keyframe the opacity at 0%, go forward 10 frames, keyframe it back to 100%. And I want this layer to be at 100% opacity for anywhere from like 20 to 25 frames. There's no right answer. It really just depends on how long you want your layer to be visible. So in my case, I'm going to go forward 25 frames and then keyframe the opacity at 100% again. Go towards the end and keyframe it back to 0%. Easy ease all of those keyframes. And now when we play this, it does that smooth fade in and then fade out at the start. For this next clip, we're going to be keyframing the opacity at random values. And for this one, I'm going to keyframe the opacity at 0% at the start, go forward 5 frames and keyframe the opacity at 50%. And then I'm going to go forward 7 frames, keyframe the opacity at 25%. I'm pretty much just going to be doing this until I reach the end of the layer. You can go forward however many frames you want and also keyframe the opacity at whatever value that you want. And then the opacity just randomly varies until I reach the end of the layer. So as you guys can see, I pretty much just keyframed the opacity from anywhere from like 4 to 7 frames apart. It was really random. After keyframing the opacity, you want to then easy ease all of those keyframes. Now moving on to the third layer, I want there to be a distance between the second scene and then the third scene. I want the distance between these 2 layers to be 16 frames apart. Grab these 3 layers and then just drag it forward 16 frames. And for this third layer, I'm going to have it similar to the first layer where we have this layer fade in and then fade out. So we're pretty much going to be doing the same thing where we have these 2 layers be similar. And then the second and the fourth layer is also going to be similar. The only difference is going to be the distance between the keyframes as well as the distance between the layers. Because if we have everything look the same, it just doesn't really look good. So in our case, we're just going to have the distance between the keyframes as well as the layers be different. And I had the distance between these 2 keyframes 4 frames apart. And now moving on to the fourth layer, grab this 4th clip as well as the 5th clip and just drag it forward 8 frames. We want it to fade in, so we're going to keyframe the opacity at 0%. And then until I reach the end of this layer, I'm going to keyframe the opacity at different values. After keyframing the opacity for this 4th clip, let's easy ease all of those keyframes. Now moving on to the 5th clip, we're going to have the distance between the 4th clip and the 5th clip 20 frames apart. We want this layer to fade in. So keyframe the opacity at 0% and go forward 8 frames. Keyframe the opacity back to 100%. Easy ease both of those keyframes. And because this is an intro scene, we want to have a title card. So let's create a new text layer. For this title card, I'm just going to keep it very simple, but of course you can feel free to design your title card and animate it to however you want. So let's cut this title card to right when this layer's opacity is at 100%. And for this title card, I'm going to have it in a way where we have the name of our artist and then it cuts into the name of the song. I'm going to make the text layer red, type out Lil Durk because that's the name of the artist. For the font that I'm using, it's Edition. Let's make sure that the anchor point is right at the center of our text layer. In order to do that, click your text layer, hold the control button on your keyboard and then double click this anchor point tool. I'm also going to increase the scale and make sure that it fills the entire composition, and also go to the align tool and make sure that your text layer is right at the center. For this text layer, I'm only going to have it 20 frames long. We have our clip fading in and then it cuts to the name of our artist. Now we're going to create a new text layer so that we can create the name of the song. Make sure this text layer is also 20 frames long. Drag this text layer forward. Make sure that it's titled Backdoor, which is the name of the song. Increase the scale. I'll have the width of the scale about the same as the name of our artist. Now when I play this is what we have for our final intro scene. I kept it really simple where all we pretty much did was just keyframe the opacity, and then we added those 2 text layers at the end for the title card. This is a quick and easy way in order to create an intro scene for your music video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.